And you just go like this until trees come out. They're readily able to figure out almost any puzzle. But let's see if Charlie can figure out. I put a little treats in here in a wobbler, and let's see if we can get this out. Whoa, what do I have here? Let me see. Wait a second. Whoa, what do I have? Whoa, look at this. Whoa, whoa. What's in there? What's in there? What's in there? Oh, yes. No. He's into loving as much as he is anything. But what I've done is I've taken a treat in this one and I've set it up for failure. And what I've done is I've put a treat that is a little bit too big. Even if I knock it around, it doesn't come out very easy. And so we have a dog here who is not experienced with a wobbler. And so if I had a new dog with a wobbler, it may take me a couple of nights to sit down and work with him. What am I also going to do? I'm going to use hunger as my friend. So you're not going to feed your dog and then try and get him to work on a new toy. So with a little guy like this, I don't know if we can give him to go, but let me try something else here.
He has such a great tail wag.
So now I'm going to put in some broken up treats. And I went over, just by chance, to the Zook's booth. They have some fine treats, as many other companies, as we have fine toys, many other. But they have a little like sausage piece here. So if I were to do this at home myself, I probably would use a piece of chicken. I might use a piece of tuna. And I'm going to start out by putting something very, very palatable in there. And I think this is the smell. And one other thing, while I'm working on this, have Charlie here. Whoa, whoa, look at this. Let the odor of the treat work with Charlie here to engage with Charlie. And this one might be a little easier for him.
I don't have this much trouble with my dog.
No.
It's okay. It's not just me.
No.
Engage with him. Their food and anywhere in the,
Oh, yeah.
town.
Exactly.
I'm there.
Exactly.
Okay. He's a genius.
Oh, yes. No. There we go. Yes. Yes. So I had a dog, a German Shepherd, that was used to calm every day of his life. When we introduced the wobbler, he picked it up by the top and threw it, and it almost went through my flat screen TV.
Oh.
So we have to be careful when we're working with something like this to help them know that they have to use their feet, they have to use their nose. It can't be something where they're picking it up. This toy is not designed for that, and they can simply learn how to work with it. If there's something that I see a lot that even trainers don't use, please name your toys. Dogs are very capable of understanding many, many different names for their toys. And as you well know, there are many trainers that have up to, National Geographic had a dog with 365 different toys that the dog knew the name to. So name your toys and put more value on it. Look at me, having fun. Okay. So the success that I had with this piece was simply by helping him with a little smaller piece. Back these off. Back those off. Come on, guys. Okay. So we just went to a different treat. You can use whatever treat you wish. I travel a lot internationally, and so it may be carrots, it may be green beans, apple slices, it could be many other things that are healthy for the dogs. Obviously, no chocolate, no grapes. So now let's try a Kong. And so I've got a treat here, and I've got this right here. What I'm going to do again is always engage. Oh, wow, Charlie, look at this. Oh. So I'm going to take this. Oh, thank you. Thank you. And I'm going to squeeze. This actually is pretty hard to get in there. It's shaped like a palm. And so I'm going to push it in. And then I'm going to give this to Charlie right now and see how he does. You can't have the bag of treats, Charlie. No, let's go over and find the bed. Come on. And I'll take my little peanut butter. Whoa. And I call this a primer. It's something that ignites the dog to the toy. So I'm going to put just a little bit. In other words, I didn't take it and go, and then put a cherry on top. You don't have to use much. So we're going to put you down. There you go. Let's see how he does. Now you know with your own dogs that dogs have many different ways that they get treats out of a Kong. My dog at home, he'll crush the Kong and then pick it up by the top and just let the pieces fall out. We have dogs that will throw them down a staircase. We have dogs that will just use their tongue, as Charlie seems to want to do right here. He hasn't figured out chewing on that. So he's just going to keep working on that. I don't know how long he would, but if he quits, if he leaves something in here, this would be a classic example of a toy. It's called a Genius. That's a difficult toy for most dogs. So this might not be where I start with a young dog or a dog I'm trying to get to use mental and physically stimulating toys. I might not start with this, because they really have to know what they're doing to get it out of here. This would be a higher level to the dog. So Charlie, he's now worked with here. Look at you. Well, what have I done to him? What have I done to frustrate him here? I've done what? What color Kong am I using?
The hardest.
Our extreme, right? So the extreme is stronger. Yes, I know. Stronger in the rubber. He's given up on the puzzle. I still have to treat him here. So this isn't the right tool for Charlie. So I may take something and he's a mature dog. Oh my gosh, Charlie, it's going to be a little bit embarrassing here. Pink? We'll try pink.
It's not stereotype.
He'll be okay. So I may try his kibble, or I've broken up these pieces, and I'll just put these in, let him fill up here. Oh, look at that. Oh, what? Oh, that was good stuff. Now let's try this. Oh, and again, just a little bit goes a long way. Oh, look what I got. Oh, look what I got. Whoa, what's on here? Look here. Look here. Try that. Try that.
Oh.
See, he seemed to figure that out when he did it with the wobbler. He's going to have to learn some new techniques. So I'm going to start with him, though, where he's winning. And what I want it to be is a routine. I want it to be a food dispensing toy. And then over time, I can take that and increase the difficulty of the puzzle, thereby making it more challenging for the dog, thereby putting more value on the toy. He's going for the easy stuff.
Mandy
He
just
still has
texted
this
me and
little
said she
sausage
needs me
up
to call
here.
her like now. So Mandy, my vice president.
Oh, okay.
Know this.
Okay.
This is
Hope
kind
it's
of an
okay.
interesting thing with Kongs. And so I'm going to increase the value. As trainers, you know that some treats, maybe if you threw some kibble down, maybe worth a nickel. If you had the treats like I have in here, maybe like 50-cent piece. And this little sausage in here is a $5 bill, maybe. Don't you think? So, something interesting on this too, and I don't mean to pick on anyone with rawhides or bully sticks, but what we found out over the years with Kong is that when this food dispensing toy is empty, as all food dispensing toys, once it's empty, the value of it to resource guard is very low. And so when you're using tools like this, they're much safer with children than what you would have with a bully stick or a rawhide that they may not finish, and then you have a child go over and the dog still sees high value in the rawhide or the bully stick. And so it's really kind of neat that the toys that we have here are very, very different and challenging, but once the food is gone, it's not. And at Kong, we actually learned that with rawhides. We brought in a line of rawhides to try, and we had fights all over the building. where we had gone many, many years with no problem. And the minute we brought him in, somebody would steal one, go to the next office, and it was like, whoa. So just a nice little caveat to it. I can't tell you how many mistakes are made by people that try stuffing Kongs at the wrong time. I'd like to leave you with the thought of the Rubik's Cube, the difficulty. If we could just get the dogs to win, if you could get a routine at a quiet time. I don't want somebody getting the car keys. I don't want somebody putting on a coat. I want it to be a time that I'm going to pair with very calm, quiet time. And then I can move that time around to wherever I want it to be, how I want to use it. If I have company over, and by the way, I love and thank you for sponsoring Blue 9. Just to have an outline for that dog that's so right there that they can see a bed on top of them, where the dog is going to stay where they're at. My wife is very particular. If a tail of my dog is off the bed or a foot, she's like, put it on. And my dogs will move it on. Here I'm the trainer in the home, and my boy can have his body half off, and I'm like, it's okay. But she's very precise, and it's very easy for dogs to learn. And so sometimes know that one of the problems that we have are that people think that their carpet or something is going to be messed up by having a Kong and having something on fall off and be a little bit dirty. So I want to leave you with one last thing. I have a dog at home. One is a German Shepherd, and one is a very small Husky. She's about 40 pounds. And so at night, when we go to bed, my big Shepherd is on a bed like this, and I have a mat on top of my bed, and my little Kiowa is her name. And so he'll steal hers. He'll eat his as fast as he can, maybe 10 minutes, and then he'll try and get hers. So what I have done recently with her, and he's already got everything out of this, so I'm going to try it one more time. We've talked a lot today about a bond and about the relationship that we have with our dogs. I can't even tell you, with my little girl, when I start to get her Kong, and she knows how to work a Kong. She's not real good at it, but what I do is I sit with her on the bed so my male can't get the pieces out pretty close. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to join in, and I'm going to be a part of it. So I may just be up here. Look at you. Oh, look at you. Look at you. I want to tell you, working with my little girl that I do, Kiowa, we have had so much pleasure in bonding in a way that I probably haven't before. And many times what we would say with the Kong is, right, we don't want the owner to help. Well, once they've learned how to do the puzzle, I love to be a part of it and to engage with my dog. Whoa, it was sticking right under your nose. You didn't even know. And of course, you have to be careful with this, right? That a dog that doesn't like to have the textile, the feel of somebody's hand. But I always want my dog to be able to fool with their toes, feel with their tail. And this is a good way to do it. Always being careful.
Yeah.
The wrong dog, you don't want children doing this. If the dog has resource guarding Kong. But Charlie's a delight. I hope you picked up a few little tips, and I thank you.
Where she just had them like laser off. They worked through toenail cutting. It took a while, but